deal it properly or deliver it properly. So I've been 2 times on stage, if I got it right. Yeah, 2020. No, 2022 possibly.
That was still
No,
online.
sorry.
We were
Yeah.
just here since last year again.
Yeah, 2021 was my first time, so I did 2 ties on online and 2 times in real life.
Yeah. And you prefer the video? I mean,
At the time, I did, but when you get here and it's a really party, you get that atmosphere, and people are really waiting for that to happen, and they seem to be enthusiastic. Even when I said "Good evening, Revision," and all the people were cheering, and it's saying that it's great to see you all here.
Yeah, and it's actually true.
Yeah.
If you say it on video, there was a weird couple of years when Dojoe and myself were doing the laureate show on the couch, like the couch we're here on. Dojoe, we're just talking about the meteorics, your favorite topic.
I am mute.
He's mute.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Finally.
He says I'm no longer mute.
Yeah. We were just discussing like different experiences in terms of being at the meteorics from home, or like
Rather not.
or like Dojoe on stage.
You wanted cookies? I brought you cookies.
Okay, yeah, but it's just... I'm a little bit scared about my stomach right now, but I'll just try it.
Do you want to accept this cookie?
Come do some ASMR.
Tasty.
Cookie only fans.
Are we being streamed already?
I'm pretty sure we are.
So this is going to be lasting in the internet history throughout all time, and the future archaeologists will be looking at it.
Yeah.
1,000 years from now on.
That will be interesting. and poor person who has to do that.
Oh, they will discover our rich culture.
Yeah.
But you said something about the M word. Tell me more.
We're done with that.
Okay.
Now that you're here.
Thank God.
I have to put away this cookie. It's going to be weird. Yeah, we had like opening, nice group photo. We had meteorics, and after that, I'm already confused. Friday.
We had the shader showdown.
Oh, we had the shader showdown.
Oh, geez, my voice came back. We had for a minute there. We had the shader showdown qualifications, and 2 DJ sets, Jeffka and Electro, if I remember correctly. Yeah. We had Frank's beer seminar that raised
seminar,
the spirits a lot.
Yeah. The spirits. Huh? Yeah, shader showdown is always special. I really love that format, and with the 3 people on stage, I think we did this now the second time. I think it adds a layer of, I don't know, it just adds to it. I mean, the two-way battle is always great, but this is like, there's a wild card in there. Who's gonna switch like from third place, so to speak, to first. Mm-hmm. It was very engaging this year, at least.
And we had a lot of heavyweight talent in the competition.
Definitely,
today. Yeah. There were some great shaders in there. Big shout out to Nusan, by the way. I love the colors and the weird shapes and just the otherness of it.
Otherness.
I was fan of Evil's thing, actually. Because it involved like tentacles, you know.
Oh, the final one.
There was the final yesterday, yeah.
We had Fridays. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up.
We can skip ahead and go back and go forth again. It's fine.
Dude, you spoiled it. No.
I was unfortunately missing the quarterfinals, or what is it called?
Qualifications, I think.
Thanks.
We call them. Yeah.
I had to miss that because we just had the meteorics, and I had to eat something and chat with people for a little, and then run to the hotel to do the check-in. But at least I got to see the finals. But so many people were saying that, yeah, some of them are just doing the same thing that they already did in the qualifications.
Okay.
But in the end, one of them changed it a little, so it was something different.
I didn't watch the finals apart from the last 5 minutes. Because that was my turn to go outside and have something to eat. Because it's not always time to do everything, even though I would love to. Talking about concerts and live performances. You did some awesome things yesterday at the second stage.
Oh, thank you.
There was, I think, Ike, you told me it's like the second time you performed it like this.
Yeah, that's right. Susanna and me, we met a year ago at Revision for the very first time, actually. So,
exactly.
So it's 1 year ago, and it all happened. I just addressed her because I liked her theremin playing. I saw online that was about it, and but her idea was like the first thing she answered was, let us do something together. So, and that's how basically we ended up like preparing something, and we injected ourselves into the acts to just try out to play. We only had 3 songs, and you did one by yourself.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a test run. And I mean, we played Rob Hubbard songs, and we got to perform in front of Rob Hubbard already, which is like,
that's nice.
I have
Very nice.
the final boss just right in the beginning. Yeah, but I don't know. It was fun to do, and we were definitely going to repeat this. So that's why we came here. So now you go on.
Naturally, yeah. We went exactly a year ago, and I was just noticing that I went past you. Suddenly, you ran up to catch me and poked me at, "Hey, Susanna, it's cool what you do on the theremin." And I was just really shocked by that. I didn't know that you know me, let alone know what I do in real life. And we just thought of, should we do something? And we agreed to play at the X, which was 2 months apart.
Yeah.
And we didn't have much time to prepare. So we only did it so that you recorded a video of you playing the guitar, and I recorded a video of me playing the theremin on top of that video, and repeating it over and over again. And then we met like a day before and got to play for the first time together.
Yeah, no, we even met at the same day, and we just did like a sort of rehearsal, just like in a tiny room next to the stage, just a few hours before we actually played, right? Or was it the day before?
The day before.
Oh, really?
Because there was a fly.
Your memory is better than mine.
Yeah, the fly was flying there, and it was landing on top of my theremin, and I tried to blow it off because it was ruining my performance. And I was afraid that, is it going to happen during the concert? But luckily, there were no flies during the concert.
Because I showered by then.
A man of humor, I see.
Smart move. But yeah, it's like, tell us a little bit about the theremin, because I still think it's like one of the most mysterious instruments out there. It's just like 2 antennas, one sticking up, one sticking out to the side, and you don't even touch it. You just move your hands next to it, and somehow you play it. How does that, besides magic, how does that work?
I don't know, I haven't touched my theremin in years. But yeah, it's the oldest electronic instrument in the world. It's 104 years old. It was invented by Lev Terman, who was designing a device to find out the density of the gas. He was designing a circuit that makes a sound, the frequency of which is determined by the density of the gas. He moved his hand inside the field. He noticed that actually I can play a melody. And then he went on to the USA and designed the first commercial theremin with the RCA. The RCA Victor came in 1930. He had tried several different combinations with a pedal doing the volume, and he ended up with the 2 antennas, so that the curved antenna on the left controls the volume, the further your hand is from the antenna is how loud the sound is, and the vertical rod is the pitch antenna, so that the closer your hand is to the antenna, the higher the sound is.
And it's ridiculously sensitive, isn't it?
It is like you turn your hand 90 degrees and you open your fingers, then that's an octave. And a small second is like this short of a movement with my fingers. And even the flying on to the antenna will rise the pitch by half of a semitone.
Oh wow! Yeah, that you need to bring some trained flies with you to produce this nice tape warble effect.
Yes, someone thought of training bumblebees to perform the flight of the bumblebee with that, but that would be near impossible. But still, you can hear your heartbeats while playing it. If you're trying to stand still, and you can hear every single bounce.
Wow.
So it's really sensitive, and it's one of the most difficult instruments in the world. And I built my first theremin 22 years ago. And my father, who was a radio pioneer of Finland, said that, that's a theremin. And many of my friends have built them only to notice that they can't play it. And you will end up the same way. So I had to prove him wrong. And after 22 years, I don't suck that much anymore. But I had no training at all. There was no YouTube in 2002, not anything. I just had to find out with ways to play it by myself.
At least something you have in common with me in regards to the instrument we play. So
no training either.
No training either, and no YouTube videos. Because it's that long ago.
Yeah, 94 or what was it?
Yeah, like I was
92.
Around like 93 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now you're actually a one of the few theremin instructors in the world, right?
Yeah, I'm the only one in Finland who teaches people to play that. I didn't initially plan that, but there was always people coming up to me after their concerts. They wanted to try the theremin because you can't try one anywhere in Finland at the time. Nowadays, because I complained that you can. But people came up to me saying that they would like to come to my place to try to find out if they can learn it. And we came up with a way for her to advance, but then she realized that it takes more of guts. Then I made a post to female entrepreneurial groups in Facebook that would there be one or two people who would like to try that for free. Suddenly there were more than a dozen people rushing in, and they had told rumors to their friends or their spouses, and they wanted to pay for that. Jeez. And one of them was a lady in her 50s. He had dreamed of playing a theremin for 20 years. He was in front of the queue like me. He came 3 times to my place. Then she got her own instrument, and I didn't hear anything for a month, and I thought that maybe she had already quit it. Then she came back, put a musical score book in front of her, and started to play Edelweiss and Smile by Charles Chaplin. And my jaw dropped to the floor. That she was really persistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is so amazing. Like how you can kickstart people and tell them like, okay, so this is about how it works. Just try it out for yourself, and then they just catch the bug.
Yeah,
go all in on it.
It's a difficult instrument to set up at first and tune properly. And if it's not tuned, you can't play anything sensible with it. Quite often people don't understand the technology behind it. They just see it as a magic box, and you can't really control that. But you can. It just takes some dedication and understanding. And even many therminists don't understand the technical principle behind it. And it's a capacitive system. Yep. And the player is a virtual capacitor that connects the floating circuit to the ground. And it's like a touch screen.
Right. Yeah, and then you essentially have to, you probably have to tune it to your body characteristics.
Yes, like the ambient mass around you will affect it, and also the player and the player's geometry will define how you should tune that instrument, so that you get, like this is fifth, and this is a quart, so that you have those small movements with your hand, inner fingers. You can reach certain intervals with that way.
And I love to I love to when you're telling this, you're doing all those hand movements you've been studying for 22 years, and it looks like someone who's you don't even think about it, right? It's just your hand is directly connected to your will.
Yes, I often play by ear and I don't even think about the intervals at that time and just try to come up, it goes like this way, and then later trying to find it by keyboard. Actually, I didn't even think of that interval properly. I just got it connected to my hand.
So it's like every thereminist has his own or her own like signature moves, something like that, or
yes, there are several techniques. There is the 10-position technique taught by Caroline Eick, who is likely the best thereminist alive. She has done a tremendous job in developing the theremin playing world with the techniques and instructing people. And there is the Clara Rockmore techniques, which is like opening your knuckles a bit and moving your hand, and it's doable that way, but it's a little unintuitive to me. And I saw someone like opening their hand and fingers like it was the head of a goose, pecking something, and I just couldn't help laughing at looking at that, but she played so well that way. And also one interesting tidbit is that my masters noticed that the best theminists in the world are all double-jointed.
Oh, right.
I don't know why. I am double-jointed, and the best 5 people I showed to him said that they are all double-jointed or hypermobile. And one Tai Chi person who I'm teaching to play guessed that it might be that your central nervous system is getting accustomed to being aware of your body, how you are, and what's happening there. So you get accustomed to the fine movements you're doing. You can play well even if you're not, but I think it gives you a certain kind of advantage.
Yeah, and it's like, as you said yesterday, like singing, your own body becomes a finely tuned instrument.
Yes, it's unlike other instruments because you don't have any keyboard, you don't have like free strings, you don't have frets, you don't even have the fretboard. It's just 3-dimensional field, you don't get any touch. And you just only have your own perception of your body, and you have to like feel the travel you have to take with your own hand to reach a certain like an octave jump or 2 octaves. And even with singing, you don't have anything to rely on. You don't have any reference. You have just one monophonic voice that goes from the lowest note to the highest note on a legato scale, and all you can rely on is your muscle memory. Like if you put your larynx at this height, you get like if you're trying to get middle C, you know you have to do this. And often with playing the theremin, I can try to figure out where the middle C goes. And I try to find with my hand, I'm getting it here.
And then you have to calibrate your position every time.
Yeah, and it's usually better if you have a synth or something to get sure that you're right. And sometimes you don't, and you get nervous. And if I'm nervous, I somehow lose my memory of the certain notes that I remember.
Yeah, and you tense up, and all of a sudden you can't play smoothly anymore.
Yeah. And even I screwed up the Warhawks intro the last time because I was so nervous of all the delay and everything. And
yeah, but that's the same with playing any instrument on a stage. You know, if you get nervous, it will interfere with your performance. And it's just, I think dealing with this is part of mastering an instrument. So for me, for example, I take every occasion to get onto stage in some wherever it is, in what context it is, to improve on that. So, yeah.
I guess I need to get a tuning fork and use that in the future. I have always something to rely on, and it doesn't need electricity. It doesn't need to be tuned anywhere.
Right.
We used to use that with the choir, and I guess it's useful even with the theremin.
That is really, I'm just listening, I'm not reacting, I'm just reacting in my head. It sounds, like a magical thing. And that's pretty awesome. So what's next? Do you have something planned next? Next concert, next party, events, or a festival, or what's what's going to happen next with you two?
We were already invited to future performances before our first performance. I just put out our advert to the next concert. Suddenly we got invited to a game museum anniversary and to Orchard party possibly in Finland. And we have our third member, Danko. I just still don't know if he's up to going there. And we might have a potential drummer, a Finn, which would be cool because I did the breakbeats in Green Beret's backing tracks, and it's not really doable by hand if you have your drum pads. But with a good drummer, it would be doable. It would be cool to have.
Needs to be a very good drummer then.
He is a pretty good drummer.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think we have to move on to our next couple of guests, Dojo. So thank you, Bass Cadet and Romeo Knight, for being
My
here. Do you have
pleasure.
some words?
Thank you for having us.
Thanks a lot for waking up Revision with us.
Yeah.
Now, are you awake now?
You will be awake.
Wenn ich jetzt spontan scheißen muss, nicht so schlimm.
Danke dir.
Ja. Vielen Dank dafür.
Ja, gerne, macht Spaß.
Ja. Thanks a lot. Had a lot of fun. And do take your tea with you.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah. I'd like
would you-
the mug. I'd like the mug back eventually.
Yeah, I will.
It's my personal one.
Keep that. Take it to
I'll
the
take
other
it.
room.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, look there.
right. Thank you.
So, Dojo, who's going to be up next?
We will have two more guests on our couch, and they come from very far away
From a land beyond time?
and beyond comprehension.
I'm pretty sure that one of them is at least
Incomprehensible.
beyond comprehension.
So yeah, we've got two guests who came here from the U.S. and from Australia. We have Inverse Face, who is running the Bloop Museum in Baltimore and hosted revision satellites in the past 2 years. And he always wanted to come to a for realsies revision, and so he did.
Yeah.
And he's with us today. And I'm surprised to see that he's only wearing a pizza hat and not the whole pizza suit.
Come on stage,
What can you
man.
do? Come here. Please welcome Inverse Face.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. And our second guest is coming right from the opposite side of the planet. We have CPDT of Monad, Meteorics winner, 64K champion, and all-around very nice person.
Good morning.
Good morning.
G'day.
So, I just assume this is both your first revision in real life?
In real life.
Yeah.
This is my second one,
Your
actually.
second. Oh.
It's in 2019.
Oh, that's 5 years, yeah.
Yeah,
I
forever now.
don't have many memories of 2019 somehow.
Did that even exist?
I
Before
don't know.
times.
Wow. All right.
So in Inverse Face, I have a question for you. Like, you ran 2 satellites in 2021
Yeah.
and 2022, and I think from what I saw and heard, you did an amazing job, and want to thank you for that.
We had fun. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks for including us.
Sure. I mean, it was an experiment for us to do satellite events because somewhere in the world, like in Germany, we could have done it, but it wouldn't have been fun because we would have been limited to like 300-400 people at max because like they said like half capacity is somehow possible, but it was it wouldn't have been right. So we came up with the satellites and I think and it's continuing. So we have 3 satellites this year. It's maybe not that many, but the amount of people at those satellites are increasing. And can you maybe tell us what the experience is running the satellite getting some support from us, even though during the party it's very hard to do a lot of communication because we're frantically doing stuff.
Yeah.
And you're dependent on our content, which is the idea, and now compared to what you can experience here.
Well, I think that going to Revision and going to a satellite, there's no comparison. But I think that what Revision did to include the satellites when we did the video chats and the check-ins, I think that really kind of gave everyone a boost.
Yeah.
But as far as I might be a little bit biased. I might be a bad person to ask. I've organized a lot of events. I used to be in charge of MagFest. So convincing people to come to wherever you've organized your event, for me is not as much of a big deal. Fortunately, we had it at the museum, and my museum has a host museum, and the host museum has plenty of open space to get people to gather together. So, it was a matter of arranging for the room and announcing to everyone to come. Telling people to go to a place to watch demos is not very hard, but it presents its own unique challenges in the US because you can't convince people to come from very far away.
Sure, yeah.
And very far away can be all the way over in California. You won't get anyone coming from across the country. So it'd probably be good to try and arrange, like a West Coast satellite and an East Coast satellite. Then we can be at war with each other.
I would love that.
Yeah. Are you in contact with other demo party organizers in the U.S. that could run something like that?
So I volunteered at both of the remaining demo parties, which is at Party in Boston or the Boston area, depending on, and then there's Demo Splash in Pittsburgh. But both of them are on the East Coast.
It's all East Coast, right?
There used to be more, and there, shout outs to Nick Namdanam, who did Synchrony. So that would be, yet another party, but they had to shut that down during COVID because there was no way to, you get on a train in New York City and you do your prods on the train and then you get off in Montreal. But you couldn't cross the border, so, and then I think some of the contacts dried up, so they're working on getting that started again, and, with some of the Riverwash, now Xenium gents, we organized MagFest demo party while I was still going to that.
Right.
So that was another one that I did, and then I didn't make it to NVC or I begged my parents when I was young to be able to go to NAID, but I didn't go to NAID. That's a long, long time ago, though. And then there was Nauticon and Block Party. I could have made it to those, but it was too far at the time. Driving from, I don't even know where I lived, to Ohio was like still a big deal. And this is actually a big problem for people in the U.S.
Right. It's just such a vast country, right?
Yeah. Which I will be talking about today at 3.
Nice.
Come to my, that's, in the U.S., I always give talks about, this demo scene thing that you might not have heard of, but I don't think that I can come to Revision and talk about that. So I think that, the unique content that I can provide here here's the other side of this.
Right. That's going to be interesting.
But yeah, I went off on a tangent. Did I answer your question?
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
We appreciated your support. I think that we got everything we needed. We were probably actually the ones lagging behind in telling you that we were actually going to have a satellite at least one of the years. And that was just because, not because I didn't know if I had the room or not, but I was wondering if I could get enough people together to, actually make it worth it, or if we were just going to go to someone's house.
Also
Which
kind
could
of a
have been a
satellite. It's a small satellite.
Yeah.
And speaking of support, you are actually trying to raise some money for the Bloop Museum to move into its own space, right?
Yeah. So we want our shared space situation. Now we have 3 museums in one space. And we joke that it's sort of a museum shopping mall. But it's actually an IT company that still operates, that happens to host 3 museums because everyone is working from home. So we knocked down all of the cubicle farm in the bullpen, which they still had one. And now there are 3 museums operating there. But space is very tight. And I'd really like to operate in my own space. I've already located a building. I'm not talking about it much because it's an insanely good deal. And I can afford, if you want to check out my fundraiser, just go to bloopmuseum.com. But we can afford to purchase, renovate, and operate at least for some sort of capacity for the cost of our fundraiser.
Cool.
And it is just so insanely. It's the price of the building is the price of a house.
Awesome.
And it's 40,000 square feet, which is,
you can,
I don't know, is that
you
4,000 square meters?
You can host other museums in your place then.
We could, but I calculated that of the 40,000 square feet, we can occupy about 2/3 to 3/4 of it, just with the inventory that we have in the museum and all of the things that I plan to do. So I wouldn't, I could really use this space. We could even have demo parties or satellites in the museum space, or maybe invite the Demo Splash guys. They currently have it in CMU, but we could invite them to have it there. We could do, a spring event since theirs is in fall, or something like that. So there's a lot of things that we can do at the museum, and we already do archival and preservation. If you go to the website, it'll redirect you straight to the fundraiser right now, because we have no spare time to work on a website.
So yeah.
Yeah.
bloopmuseum.com, folks. Write it down, and if you feel like helping this gentleman set up a place for the rest of the museum's life, do help them out.
Yeah.
I will spoil my fast entry, which is that my rap is a shill about how I want to include the demo scene in my museum. And please, will you help me fund it?
That's something to look forward to.
So, look forward to a rap written in the toilet tunnel. It's real shit.
That's fine. That's fine here. We can do that. So
before we turn to the Aussie, I'd like to briefly turn to some other Aussies, because as you may know, Disaster Area won the Meteoric for Best Mid-School Production on Friday, and they actually, it's a nice or sad story, if you will. They had recorded a greetings video, a very, very nice greetings video, like a month ago. And then life was so hectic for all of them that they simply forgot to upload it. So they uploaded it on Friday afternoon, which was way too late. But given how they won a Meteoric, and given how they are such wonderful people, and given how it's such a wonderful video, which is like just a short 30-second clip, I would like to show it right now, if that's possible. And I think we've got the video here. And Tamo, if you can show it, that would be awesome. And because...
Let's find out.
I mean, we'll know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll notice.
I mean, in the meantime, the Australian demo scene, I think, is it's something I want to come to syntax parties so many times because it looks amazing on stream. It looks like you're a fun bunch of people, and it's from what I'm seeing or what I saw on stream and from releases, it seems more similar to the European demo scene than the US. So and that's very interesting to me. And can you tell me how is syntax? Is it fun? Is it how do you experience that in comparison?
Oh, hey! Oh, sorry, we didn't see you there. Hey, you're
Hello.
up. I'm Banana Boy.
I'm Shock. I'm Citrix.
I'm Dark Owl, and we are
Disaster Area.
We hope you guys are having a fantastic time there over in Saarbrücken. And hopefully we'll see you in the future. So thanks again. We are very proud as an all-Australian group. I think the first Australian, all-Australian
yes.
to be nominated for this award.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Cheers.
I should have been wearing my Citrix shirt today. I brought it.
Thank you, Disaster Area. And congratulations again.
Yeah, syntax. So, I mean, I've actually only been there once, quite a number of years ago, but yeah, I think it feels very similar to the European scene. Maybe culturally Australia is a lot more similar to Europe than the US. I mean, we're also in Eurovision, so I mean, we're basically part of Europe anyway. But yeah, it's a lot smaller, for sure, than here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parties come in all sizes. Revision is, I think, more the exception than the rule. I mean, the most parties nowadays are like 50 to 100, 150 people, and then there's some outliers like Evoke or X every 2 years where there's a lot of people, and Revision. There's not many huge parties, and I think that's fine because small parties are also even more important because that's when you actually get to know people and you have time to talk to people. At Revision, it's always very hard to have a in-depth discussion about stuff because there's so much going on and so many people. So you want to socialize more, but you do it less, but with more people. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess disappointing thing for me about the Australian scene, at least, is that it's a lot more just old school based, and I'm into the like PC 64K stuff, which isn't really happening much there. So it's hard to be involved because like if we enter like our very first 64K, it was maybe one of 2 PC demos that year in 2017. Whereas here you have, I guess just because it's so much bigger, there's a lot more people doing everything, which is really cool. Yeah.
Would you like some coffee, by the way?
Is that tea?
Unfortunately not. Dang.
I'm good, thank you.
We need to prepare better.
Yeah.
Next time, dojoe, next time. We have only a tea machine, then everybody wants coffee.
I know.
Yeah. So your second revision, did you bring us anything today?
Not this time, unfortunately.
Not this time, okay.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
No.
Can you please leave the stage?
I was in the jam. I did do the shaded jam.
Okay.
Had my 10-minute. I worked on.
That counts. That
Yeah.
counts. Yeah. And you can stay. So that must be a very exhausting trip. How long is it? It's like 20, 24 hours?
I think it was 25 hours from when I left to arriving.
Crazy.
It's a 16-hour flight and a 6-hour flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
How are you dealing with the jet lag? I was in Japan twice, and the jet lag was killing me.
yeah, not that bad this time, actually. I had a few days in Munich before coming, so I had some time to get over it. But to be fair, the times here probably work differently than outside in the normal world, and that helps. But, yeah. But it's a big trip.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I'm very happy to see people here from all places, but Australia is still very special. Still not many people coming from down under to here. And I remember when it was like when we had our first U.S. visitor. I think we had them still in 2011. It was still very special at that time because very expensive trip, weird Europeans. But nowadays we have quite a lot of U.S. visitors, and I hope that maybe at some point Some of us will make it down there to visit one of your parties, and hopefully some of your colleagues and friends will also visit us the next time. Maybe that would be fun.
Right.
I know we would like to see you as well.
Yeah, U.S. is, well, let's not get political today. Currently,
Listen, some of us don't like what's going on in the U.S. either, one way or the other, I suppose, even.
But yeah, I was a couple of times I was there, but not for a demo party. But I would love to visit MagFest or any of the real demo parties there. So yeah, maybe it will happen at some point. I don't know. Have to see how things work out.
Yeah. If you want to go to an American party, go to Demo Splash or App Party right now. The demo party at MagFest is on hold.
Okay.
So don't make a big plan and then expect to go to a demo party there.
Okay.
You might be disappointed.
So I think, Dojoe, we need about to wrap up.
I am afraid so, yeah. We've got a compo block coming up. The Examusic, streaming music, and modern graphics compo are coming right up. So
Yeah.
we better make ourselves one last coffee and vacate the stage.
Yes. So
And I'll get you a tea upstairs.
What, sorry?
I'll get you a tea upstairs.
Oh, yes. That'd be good, yeah. Could go for some tea.
So thanks to you for waking up with us, waking up the hall, maybe people on stream who fell asleep on the stream, maybe, I'm pretty sure that happens. People in the satellites. So yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Enjoy the rest of the event.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure. All right.
So that concludes the Morning Glory. Dojoe, is your Morning Glory gone now?
I am still glorious.
Okay. So you need to sit down for a bit. I understand. Just put the lights down. Dojoe needs some space.
If I say I'm always glorious, that might be perceived the wrong way, I guess.
You know, if you're glorious for more than 4 hours, you should visit the doctor.
Jeez. All right.
Should have gone long ago.
So enjoy the party, everyone. Enjoy the campus. And I think we'll just leave this here for now.
Yeah.
We just sit here, right?
I will, however, turn off the light.
Yeah, that needs to go.